So I wanted to see this. So I had to jump in this and drive so I could see more of this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at We Are Curated, and I am in Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to We Are Curated, where you will find some of the finest blue-chip collectible Ferraris and Lamborghinis known in existence. I am here in Miami, and I've been here for a week, and I've been looking around at some of the coolest cars on the streets of Miami, but when you actually go to the dealership and you actually take a look at what is around you, you're only going to find some of the finest examples that have ever been assembled under one roof. And under this roof, it's not only the best cars in the showroom. Case in point, they had 3 Viola Metallic SC30s assembled under one roof. We Are Curated also has a full restoration/maintenance facility that is currently housing my favorite Lamborghini of all time that I've had the privilege to drive, the LM002. Yes, the Rambo Lambo. And let me zoom in right now. You see it in the distance? Well, now you do. And they had a ton of Ferraris and Lambos just sitting there. And in order for you to find that one collection of cars in one dealership, John Temerian has done an amazing job at putting together some of the best cars in one collection and some of the best colors that you'll ever see. And if you just look around me, not one car is a miss. Everything is a home run. It is a grand slam. Every car here is incredible. So the first car that I'm going to pay attention to is this Viola Metallic Lamborghini Diablo SC Special Edition. I had a model of this car as a child, and every single detail, from the OZ wheels to the actual paint color to the wing to the script of Lamborghini on the rear shelf, and even the way that the engine cover, the design that goes around that, just gives it a much smoother look than some of its contemporary Lamborghini Diablos. Like if I take a look at this VT, this rear design is very different. And this is the design from like the 94 and 95 Diablo that you saw in Dumb and Dumber. But this one gives a much smoother design. Even that design is consistent with the intakes on the side. And the blue seat belts, as well as the stick shift lever, everything is beautiful. And I do love this interior because there's no airbags, and I think that's a beautiful thing. So let's take a look at a car that has the revised VW is the owner Lamborghini Diablo. So this is safety regulations have inspired the design, so a revised dash was incorporated into this Lamborghini Diablo. So this is a much modern take on what this dashboard looks like, because you see the airbag on the right side with the warning sticker, and then on the driver's side you see an airbag in the tiny steering wheel that is in front of that very modernized silver ring gauge cluster. And you could see that they incorporated a lot of carbon fiber into this center console. The seat design remained consistent over the entire course of this, what I would like to think is a 2002 Lamborghini Diablo. It no longer had flip-up headlights. It had a fixed proposition, which you would see that a lot of companies were just moving away from. Now let's have a moment of silence for the wild Lamborghini engine noise. This Ferrari 599 is a special car, not only because it does not have the F1 paddle steering system. What makes this car special, besides having these flying buttress enhancements, you see a manual transmission and a center tachometer just like in a Porsche. But that manual transmission is what makes this car special, because not many cars during this era were made with a manual transmission. Ferrari, like many other companies, were starting to move towards the F1 paddle system because that's what the hot ticket item was at the time. So getting a manual transmission seemed like, oh, you're gonna have slower lap times, we're gonna move away from this system because we don't want the manual. And now we all know that we're trying to save the manuals, and that price, as we have learned, comes with a premium. Right next to it, we have a car that has so many different holes and, ways to channel air. This is the Ford GT. Just a beautiful car all the way around. If you were able to be lucky to get on the list to get a Ford GT, you probably have kept it. And Ford did an amazing job in maintaining the allocation organization. So if you were able to get one, likely you have it. But in the event that you wanted to flip it, you will likely get double the money that you initially had ever propositioned for. So, because these are selling for almost double the initial value from the resale. And Ford did an amazing job with doing that. Amazing car. So these are not your typical Mercedes-Benz from the 1980s, the young timers that you may be familiar with. These are the AMG Hammers that you probably saw at the bridge if you watched one of my previous videos. The Hammer series cars are the AMG specials that not only did not have a 5.0 liter engine, some of them had 6.0 liter V8s or 7.0 liter V8s. And these have the revised wheels, they have the tuned engines. And don't be mistaken, just because it has an automatic transmission, don't think that this thing will not perform. This thing is an absolute beast on any track and will literally shock you from how good it is. And that has to be, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best colors that you'll ever see on a Lamborghini Diablo. I have learned from the sales director here, Nandina, that this car has sold, but it is one of the best Diablos that you've ever seen in your life. I promise you that. The Lamborghini that you see here is a Centenario, celebrating the 100th birthday of the company's founder, Ferruccio Lamborghini. Centenario means 100 in Italian, especially if you speak one of the Romance languages, you will know that. All the different gaping holes and different angles that Lamborghini is known for, this is much more beautiful in person than I actually thought of. Like, when I saw pictures of it, I really didn't think anything of it, but in person, I could see the exercise in engineering. It's got a beautiful V12 engine, and it is designed to cut air. Nice. If you're a fan of The Wolf of Wall Street, this color and this design is very familiar. Lamborghini Countach. Hopefully you don't have any sneakers trying to prop up that door on the passenger side open. A car that is more of my personal taste is this Ferrari GTO, 288 GTO from the 1980s. This is an analog supercar. If you were to be a fan of the Ferrari F40 or the F50, this is the predecessor. This was the car that went head-to-head with a Porsche 959. Actually, the Ferrari F40 went head-to-head with a 959, but this is the preceding supercar. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a quick video of We Are Curated. This is a beautiful, beautiful location with some beautiful cars right here in Miami. Leave it in the comments below. Out of all the cars that you saw here, which one would be your preference? Which one would be your choice? Leave it in the comments. There is literally not one bad choice here at We Are Curated. Every car is a 10 out of 10, and I love the fact that every car is, in fact, curated. They're not accepting allocations for just any car. Like, they are picking the best of the best of the best. Paintwork is perfect. Service history is perfect. Design, execution, and all the details. That's what makes these cars one of ones in every single scenario. So leave it in the comments below which is your favorite car. And I will talk to you guys later on the next video. But for now, this is a special occasion, and I'm so glad I made the trip after meeting John at the bridge. to come see this entire collection. This is an absolute treat and a perfect way to cap off my visit to Miami. Thank you for watching.